Mr. Meuser from the great state of Pennsylvania for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much, Dr. Mulligan. Appreciate your testimony. Appreciate the idea of, well, getting to know you better and working with you. I, too, am a small business advocate. I think we all are up here, and it's quite important, to say the least. You know, recently the NFIB put out some data that, and of course they've got tens of thousands of members, that small business optimism is way up, almost 10% since last November. So over the course of a year, or November of 23. So over the course of President Trump's first year, we're up in optimism over 10%. And that's largely due, let's face it, to the taxes that all Republicans voted for in the 199A. Without those tax reductions, small businesses' taxes would have gone up 25%. Approximately, maybe slightly more in some cases, depending upon level of income being earned. And that's enormous. I mean, many small businesses, of course, said they would be out of business if that weren't the case. Yet all Democrats felt it was in their interest to vote against it. That's amazing. I mean, would you say that's a small business advocate that would vote to increase small business taxes by nearly 25%?
Thank you for your question. We hear a lot from small business. Maybe the top thing, the internal revenue burden on small businesses. That's tough for so many of them, and so they would have problems with any new statute.
Would hurt. That would probably send some products overseas, wouldn't it, as well? Right? Even in spite of the so-called tariffs, and I want to get to that. But the work you've done on regulations is so very important. I would like you to make a side note where we need to codify whether the regulations, whatever. If you were sitting in my seat, what would you work on codifying? And we can talk about that afterwards. I won't just ask you to name it off the top of your head. But permitting, energy costs. Energy costs have been unbelievably important for small business. They've come down 30%, something of that nature, over the course of the last 14 months. Workforce improvements. No tax on overtime is now kicking in. No tax on tips. You know, there's a big difference. Under President Trump, we started rethinking trade, right? And we were taught, oh, free trade, free trade, free trade. What did that do to U.S. manufacturing? Okay, sent it overseas. I mean, like a giant sucking sound, as we heard before. Japan had 100% tariff on us. China had all kinds of tariffs on us. Everything was being made in China. Now we're bringing it back. And you know what many people don't understand, because I was in small business for a long time, too. Many small businesses' best customers are large businesses, right? So when those large businesses start sending their products overseas, guess what? It flattens, it destroys the small business. So the so-called tariffs, by the way, you know, we had our shock and awe. We got the whole world's attention. Now they've come down considerably. And frankly, my office, we're small business advocates. We're not getting the calls on it. Initially, yeah. What's going to happen, particularly certain sectors. But would you say that in the small business world and in the calls that you're getting, and by the way, your red tape hotline, I'd suggest you rename it the blue tape hotline. Just a suggestion. But if you would, what sort of calls are you getting these days to your hotline?
Thank you for your question. We get a variety of regulations. As I mentioned, 12,025. There's a whole variety.
Right.
Regulations related to procurement is a fairly common one. A lot of health, Food and Drug Administration type of regulations, CMS, HHS, paperwork around IRS. We hear a fair bit about that.
Well, I have 45 seconds left. What would you suggest that we work on codifying that you're working on? And how else can we support your efforts?
Thank you for your question. I would like to get together with you afterward, and because I think it is important. President Trump won't always be our president. Congress can do things on a more durable basis, and we do hear from small businesses that they do appreciate when Congress comes in and provides durable solutions.
Well, I absolutely welcome you up to Pennsylvania's 9th Congressional District. It's a lovely ride. Maybe we can do that sometime in the near future. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.